I jumped Total War here, and today we've got a Saving Your Disaster campaign playing as the Huns in Total War Attila. The situation here is not great. He's very low on resources and has been pushed to the edge of the map. That is obviously been trying to escape his enemies out here, so we got to try and fix this situation. So he's got three armies. They're not great, but they're not also terrible at the same time. At least he doesn't have infantry in any of them, because that doesn't really help your situation. And due to the way the Huns work, you don't want to keep too many of them in the same region because of the rivalry penalty. So, I'm just trying to see where the border is. I kind of wish we could still see where the border was, even when it's desolate. So, the border is about... Okay, so we could bring him to here, because that's still the same province. Yeah, you can't see a line or anything there, and we'll camp him there. And that way, we can stand together if we come under attack, whilst not incurring the rivalry penalty. Now, the ideal situation would be to find a region that has, like a triple border. It borders 3 regions. There's loads of them in the game, but it's further south, and we need to do something about this stuff now. Like, if we put them all in the same region, travel together, we're going to have food and financial problems. So just bring them up to here for now. I mean, they've already got the rivalry penalty. And then let's look to see what else we could do to get some additional food and money together so that we can justify, if we're going to have no choice, at least be able to support the rivalry penalty. So integrity is not going to be a problem because of war with so many people. Like, it's a ridiculous number of people. I mean, this is pretty common for a Hun campaign. People get a bit ahead of themselves. Oh yeah, start declaring war. There's benefits to doing that, but then everyone starts sending army after army at you, and it really starts to wear you down. So looking at this stuff, we can build something here. Let's have a look. So this here will give us 40 food and some wealth from animal husbandry. Yeah, that's probably the ideal thing to build there. And how's the tax rate? So the tax rates are maxed out. If I drop them down, we can't justify that. You're gonna have to keep it where it is. Yeah. And how's the growth? It's okay. It's okay. And what are you researching? Campaign movement range and reduce fatigue rate. Well, the campaign movement range will certainly help. But let's just stay here for the turn. Next turn will be winter. And I don't think we've researched the winter attrition stuff yet. Where is that? It's like right here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so you're not even close to that. So yeah, we can't be walking around in the snow. So we'll just wait here for the turn. And if anyone attacks us, it should be fine. We'll be able to handle it. Have a bunch of agents running around, providing some intel on the area. That'll certainly come in handy. Doesn't look like anything bad's happening this turn. Because the thing is, you've got a lot of enemies coming at you, right? But they're not going to unify into a single force together. They'll only come at you if they feel like they can win. And of course, you've got agents harassing you as well. I did notice as well that Attila's on that agent's really high level. We should bring him over there to assassinate enemy agents. But of course, that's going to cost money, but don't have a choice, really. You just have to deal with it. Okay, so food's good. And so, I think, yeah, once Gundulf assassinated, don't think he did any serious damage to us here. So we're recovering our casualties just a little bit and gaining a small amount of money per turn. Alright, let's get him up this way. Now, it says that the AI is taking attrition, but they don't take anywhere near the attrition that you do. So yeah, it might seem like there's a lot of problems here. Three enemies, but the trick here, don't panic, stick together. Our forces are stronger than any one of these factions here, and they're not gonna unify. For the tribe. So we really can't move this turn. Thirsty for battle. And you need 2 growth if you want to build something else here. The integrity is not a problem, so just... Yeah, it's not a problem. Keep building as much as you can. But we've got to get ourselves down to... There was a location around here that I used to use. Where the problem here is that there's... You can't really tell where the borders are because it's all desolate. But there's somewhere down here where there's 3 region bells. Okay, hang on. If we just follow the borders down here. Yeah, see there's 3 regions here. You can park 1 there, 1 here, and 1 there. And you can just sit tight until you've grown your hordes up a little bit. And you can actually afford to recruit full stacks and then take the fight to them. Anybody that attacks you there is not going to be a problem for you to deal with, especially if you've got armies full of cavalry. I don't care if they send 4 full stacks at you. 4 full stacks of anything, they won't win. Because they'll only be able to use 4 armies at a time. Anyway, since it's not on legendary difficulty, the only faction that could possibly field 4 full stacks at you would be the Sassanids. And they're pretty far away. And I really don't think they will. God, I remember that time when I was playing as the Huns. We had to deal with 6 full stacks in 1 turn. And I think I only had 2 armies to deal with it. I can't remember though, it was a long time ago. 6 full stacks. Bloody absurd. I think I won 1 or 2 of the battles and then was like, I just couldn't win the 3rd. Managed to get away, but it was painful. Because the thing to consider, like, you might think, yeah, we win, like, loads of battles, but you don't get any money for winning battles. You level up your general, sure. But, so what? It's all about horde growth, and you just have to be patient. So what'd they do? Assault unit, critical success. Doesn't seem that bad. I'm not sure about what's the right way to go with those dilemmas. Okay, so it's still snowy out here, so we still can't move.
Yes. What? Come, sit, share my fire.
Where's my spy? Okay.
How can I help?
It's kind of expensive.
Yes.
Save it for the guy over here.
Moving.
He's giving us the shits.
Heading out.
But yeah, we still can't move.
How can I help?
So we just sit tight.
For the tribe.
Otherwise, just end up taking too much attrition. It's not worth it. That's another thing with the Huns. Like, it has the kind of play style of, like, momentum. Like, it tries to encourage people to go and burn lots of cities down. But then you realize that it's actually not that valuable to burn a city down, because you get such a pitiful amount of growth from it. And you risk so much by doing it. Because the Huns are not the best at assaulting settlements. So, summer comes, we'll have 2 turns in which to try and get as far down south as possible.
want?
Alright.
To work then.
Now we get moving.
For the gods.
But it's important that we stay encamped each turn, because if we don't stay encamped, we'll lose money.
For the tribe.
Ugh, that's a hell of a blockade right there. Alright, so there's... How many different factions? You've got... Rugians, Gepids, Lugians, Gepids, and Rugians. So there's 3 different factions here. 2 of them are hordes. So the Gepids are no real threat. The Lugians are no real threats. The Rugians are no real threat. Okay, I'm not worried. Bring it on, you stinking barbarian filth. Alright, so this province here is Pajeska. Okay. Alright. So we're going to take a triple rivalry penalty. That's probably going to hurt. I don't think any of them are going to attack us over the end turn.
On the move, lads. Your next command.
This could hurt our finances over this turn, but we'll see. We've got to get down south.
Tengri guides my steps.
Don't care about the Allens, they're not going to do anything. Make sure we encamp.
For the tribe. For the gods.
Okay, so we can build something here in the poisoned arrows. What should we get? I think the main thing that we need to worry about is food. So the goat herd here will provide the most food. Provide a small amount of extra cash. It's going to take 3 turns to build though. If you build the horse thing, you can get horse breeders. You get it's a tiny amount extra of money, but you don't get as much food. All right, let's go with the goat herd. What about this? Wealth from industry. You get a lot of extra wealth from industry, and growth when encamped. 89 food. What's that rival penalty going to be with 2 of them? I can't remember. I don't know if it's. Does that get worse the more armies that show up? Well, why don't we leave it this turn, and I'll find it. Because I haven't played this in ages. I can't remember.
Thirsty for battle.
Well, whatever. We're going to have to punch through this in order to get to the sweet spot. Let's move on. I'm just wondering if I should build something. So that, because that's 100 wealth. Goat will provide 120 wealth. Not a whole lot. Cattle's 120 wealth. The sheep will provide 200 wealth. So that's an extra 100. How much extra food is that? It actually reduces the amount of food you'll make. So that's probably not a good idea. Definitely leaning towards this, because that extra growth is going to come in handy as well. The yurt builder. Alright, I will build that. No. Because if we end up with a negative next turn, then we're going to start taking attrition. We need to get down to the safe spot first. Alright. They're not going to come at us. And if I have to punch through them, so be it. Freaking 3-way barbarian coalition to block my way. Have to block in the Huns. Starve them out. Because we'll only be able to move next turn. Then we have to wait another 2 turns. Yeah, I thought so. They're going to chicken out. Like I said, this is why we stick together. And why it's important to find that sweet triple region area. Once you're encamped there, then you're fine. Don't be afraid of anyone that attacks you. Because it doesn't matter what the balance of power says. With horse archer armies in this, there is nothing they can do. Yeah, see, I thought that might happen. So how bad is it? The rivalry penalty gets worse. Okay. Alright, there's another province down here.
For the gods. Come, sit, share my fire.
Looks like we're gonna have to cross a river. I really wish it would still show us the border. Okay, it's about there. That's where the border is.
Get moving. You have more orders? For the gods. Move out. Quar be praised. How can I help? Warriors home.
Stay over here. And we need to get across this river. Oh boy, oh boy. So that's a big problem. If we keep them together like that with that kind of
Ready for action.
finances, we're not going to get very far. Well, we're going to be stuck here for the next few turns. Try and get rid of him now. Alright, well, we're not going to see him again for a while at least. And I need some more intel down here.
I will seek entertainment.
Yeah, no, there's no huge threat there. Can see a border between these two regions. So I believe it's here that we're trying to get to. Yeah, and that's still going to take us a few years to get there.
Ready for battle.
Ah, look, when a particular horde also starts losing food, that's where all the wealth was going there.
Thirsty for battle.
So the two of them have a food shortage because of the rivalry penalty. Right, so
For the gods.
if we could get this one plus 20 extra food, then next time it has that degree of rivalry penalty, it'll be okay. And that way we don't lose an additional 25% from wealth. So upgrading this to there will provide that extra 20 food, and thereby also not reduce our wealth by 25%, and that might just be enough to get us through
Ready for action.
the next few turns. So this needs 3 growth if you want to build any more food, but yeah, this one's not that important because there's not that much money coming from it anyway.
Come, sit, share my fire.
It does say minus 925. Look, if we have one turn of bad
Thirsty for battle.
finances, it's not the end of the world. I could start the construction of that. No, it won't let us next turn. It's important to start the construction. We won't have financial issues next turn.
What do you want?
Alright, moving on. Yeah. One turn of attrition. We just have to suck it up. We need that building to be built. We're at full strength anyway, and we're united, so anyone comes at us, even if we've taken, what, 10% attrition, we'll be fine. Because, yeah, the situation here, it doesn't call for victory in battle. It calls for better infrastructure. Because you can't support your armies. You're not going to be able to deal with your enemies with half stacks. You need to be able to... You got to pay for your troops. And winning battles in Total Rotilla makes you pennies. Just not going to make any serious cash. Another thing that we could probably do is... Maybe I should have done this before. Use some influence to embezzle. Alright, we'll see how that goes. Hang on, it's quite a bit of embezzling. Oh, look at that. That's probably more important. Horde growth. Alright, So yeah, we'll take a little bit of attrition this turn.
Ready for action.
But while that's going on, this is constructing. And we'll get the money back. So it'll be okay. Moving on. Just gotta wait until the snows have passed. No one's gonna attack us in the meantime. We just need to get through this. No one's got the cojones to even try. They're hanging around us like vultures waiting for us to die. But once we get to that sweet spot down here, that just will not happen. You'll make more money, you'll have more food. You'll be able to just sit back, relax, grow your armies up. And if anyone even dares to attack him, you'll crush them. You'll be completely safe. And you can stay there for as long as you want. Ugh, that is some garbage amount of embezzlement right there. But whatever, we got some money. So what's the attrition like? It's not bad. I mean, we'll recover that in a single turn, so it's alright. A lot of armies up this way, but like I said, they will not coordinate together. As long as we stay together here, they're not going to even try. That's the thing. They're hanging around us like buzzards, waiting for the Huns to die. We're not going to give them that opportunity. United we stand, divided we fall. Let's move on to the next turn. Also, next turn, 15% extra campaign movement range. That'll help us cross this river here. I mean, we could go around that way. Whichever way takes this movement to get to where we need to go. Then we'll have another 2 turns. We'll need to cross into the next region. Because, well, if we're all in the same region again, we're just going to be the same problem. But if we see down here, there's another border. So if one of them, even if it means force marching to get down to here, or maybe there's a border across, I don't know, I'll need to check. Alright, so this here, the Arhimar region. Okay, so someone needs to cross 2 rivers to get down to here. Let's see if that's possible. We can afford 1 turn of negative income, so he can't quite make it. Could force march him. Oh, well, we can do it this way. It uses up less movement. Then crossing all those rivers. Right, he's not going to be able to encamp, but I think he's got the best army in terms of money. Shit. I don't know if any of them are going to be able to encamp this turn. We're almost there. Alright, looks like we'll be able to encamp this turn, which means a deficit of 319. But if we keep this going here, it's not going to be that bad. Because none of them can get here and also encamp. Let me just double check to see if I can finagle something. It hasn't applied the extra 15% movement range this turn. See, I can't just encamp here. Could encamp one of them there and have the other 2 standing here, but that would entice these guys to attack them, and we need to not let that happen. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, well, you're going to stand here now. Shit! Okay, you can't block the way for the rest of the forces. But yeah, we can't encamp.
You have more orders?
No. Isn't one of them still constructing, or did it finish? Must have finished. Cool. Alright, so that technology is good. What else can we get? What do you need next? Horde growth +1. You don't have 10 grand though. Royal yurts. Wealth from commercial buildings. Ammunition +10% would be really useful, but gotta get that first. You really want to get this as soon as possible. Your tech rate's not amazing, so we'll just start with that. But I'm glad that you got this one here. That is a very important technology. And that's about as far as we're going to go. Now, if I attached one of these armies, do they increase movement range of the army at all? They do. Okay. Because we just might be able to make it there next turn.
Watching. Always watching. For the gods. I am the knife in the dark.
Because, yeah, one of them needs to stand in Bells, the other one needs to stand Arhamar, and the other one stands in Leopolis. And then they encamp there, and then we're good. All sorted. That'll be the disaster over. As long as you just stay there, but didn't need to fight any battles for you. None of these guys, they're all cowards. They're not going to fight us. Doesn't matter how many of them are buzzing around. They'll look at this and be like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. They just won't attack. And that'll give you time to build up your infrastructure. Just wait. And then you'll be able to afford full stacks, and then you can go and hunt them down all you like. And then the hunted will become the hunter again. I don't know. I don't know anything about those. I can't remember the dilemma stuff. Okay. So one stays in Bells. You've only got enough movement to get to about here. Oh, I can get him there.
Tengri guides my steps. Ready for action. Warriors all. For the tribe.
Don't know if we'll be able to encamp them all. You'll come over here.
Sword of my people. Your next command.
Okay, looks like we're going to be able to encamp them all. And you see the two arrows there?
Guides my steps.
They're going to support each other.
Yes. Tengri guides my steps.
Start bringing the spies around here, just so we know in advance if anything's coming.
Ready for action.
So, that's what the money that you're getting per turn at the moment. That's with 2 rivalry
For the
penalties.
gods.
So we'll see what that's like next turn. And also, foods looks pretty good
Warriors
now.
all.
So, you can justify building up your industry a bit more. But this one here... Yeah, go with the goat. And there's actually a little bit of fertility here as well, so that helps. Well, you know, until the next fertility wave goes down. So I believe, is next turn winter? It was a rank up, but it doesn't matter. And now suddenly they're like, how about a piece?
Gold, if you will take it.
Now that we're no longer going to be taking rivalry, like, okay, maybe not a good idea to be fighting the Huns. They seem to be under competent leadership right now. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Yeah, you just wait. Yeah, so it's winter. So that's a decent amount of income coming through. Make sure you've got plenty of intel in the area. And you've got ranks up for... it's the spy. Yeah, I don't know. Just whatever.
Ready for action.
What you need is stuff that helps with growth. Because money's not going to be a problem for you now. But that being said, I don't recommend going all out with the... Hang on, does any of these increase growth? Yeah, I don't recommend going all out with the military right now. Focus on your infrastructure for a little while.
God be praised. How can I help?
So an extra 300 wealth from industry. What is your actual tax rate? 125%. Cool. Could you justify dropping down the taxes again? You can do here. If you got enough money, you can go down to that. That'll help with growth a fair bit. But for the time being, I definitely see the need to stay there. Because you got so many wars going on, I don't have to worry about integrity. It's just growth is going to be a bit slow doing it this way. And we can see here, there's no more rivalry penalties, so you're getting the full amount of income from them. And you know that'll help with growth, and you don't have to worry about integrity. So now you can just develop up these regions just fine. And it's the waiting game now. That was the big problem that you faced. You just didn't have enough developed in your hordes, and you're just gonna have to wait a little while. Build up these hordes a little bit more, get your income up to about 5 grand maybe, and then you could afford 3 full stacks, and then go for your life. Go burn the whole world down. But you're probably gonna have to sit there for 20-30 turns doing that. And then you can just go and have fun with the campaign. Anyway, I don't want to sit here and do that for you. You can do that yourself. This campaign is no longer a disaster, and I didn't have to fight a single battle. That's the end of this one, guys, and I'll see you next time, fuckers.